Delhi Capitals winning streak is over, and Kolkata Knight Riders losing streak, though it wasn't a streak, just one loss that they had. But
it was win-loss. That's the format was going.
No streak as such.
Yeah, no
Delhi
streak.
had a streak, 2 matches in a row.
Wow.
But now normal service resumes. Delhi has lost. And Harshdev, where is your Delhi Capital?
Right.
Pre-match, mid-match, he was wearing the jersey. As soon
think-
as they have lost,
I think I'll hold like this.
And he threw his cap also.
but whatever. Is
I'll
it
hold
the
like
same
this.
thing?
Not at
I'll hold
all.
like this.
He's not been signed by the Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, he has taken off his jersey. Now pretending that you'll hold it. I'm sorry, but this is no loyalty. Is it?
It's this is very much compulsive, let's say.
But it's on days like this I'm most disappointed about not Delhi losing or Kolkata winning or whatever. Because anyway I'd pick Kolkata to win. I'm most disappointed by the fact that today was going to be that one day where Harshit said that he'll be happy if Delhi were to win. He had promised us that today if Delhi win, after all these days, he could not care less whether they win, lose. The expression was the same. He was neither angry when they lost, was never happy when they won. For the first time he had promised that he will be happy. So I'm most disappointed that they have lost, because had they won, we would have seen a different Harshit today.
I'm not disappointed.
I've already told you in the
No,
middle.
my team won. I don't care about watching him happy.
A perfect day for predictions. 3.3 overs to spare. I was off target by 19 runs, off target by 2.3 overs, but it doesn't matter.
But he was actually the closest of all of us.
But still off target.
Off
He
target,
needs
of
to
course.
know what our close is.
Yeah.
When it's
One
one
run,
run,
2
one
runs.
ball.
19 runs.
19
You're the
runs,
lowest.
2.3 overs.
2.3 overs.
19 runs put together was not the winning margin for Delhi in the last 2 matches. It was 14.
Exactly.
19 is a lot.
Good point.
And 3.3 over to spare. Now we are at 12 points.
No, I'm not done with Delhi yet. We'll get to Kolkata.
So I told you in the mid innings as well.
No, but
You'll have to wait for Harshit to smile.
No, he will have. But whatever said, I sometimes have to feel for him. Because it's tough being a Delhi fan. I mean, today I can count on my fingers the blunders, and I'll get him only to explain them one by one. First being the decision to bat first. Second being, I'll give you all the thing, you take your time. You listen. Decision to bat first. What prompted that, nobody knows. Clearly the pitch was much better to bat on the second inning. You won the toss. Second, the fielding. Atrocious. You're anyway defending a small total. You need to come out all guns blazing and fully charged up. Such poor fielding. And thirdly, whatever little chance you had was to get some early wickets. Now first throw the dice, you've gone with your fast bowlers. You know that the key is the opening partnership that has been doing well for KKR. What do I do if the partnership is not being broken initially? What will I do as captain?
Turn to my spinners.
Exactly.
Took too long.
Exactly. There is an Akshar Patel, there is a Kuldeep Yadav. Today the pitches kind of help spinners. As you saw with the Kolkata spinners, they did well. What are you doing? You're just letting the game drift away. You're allowing for a 80-run opening stand. Once that happens, you're never defending. Your chance is to get early wickets. I would have gone with maybe 1, 2, 3 overs, my fast bowler. Not happening. Come on, Akshar. Here you go. And what does Akshar do? First ball that he bowls.
Gets a wicket.
Come on. What? Now explain.
See, no, it's not the first time that I'm seeing blunders from the Delhi setup, and Rishabh Pant included. I've seen, and it's happened this season. Rishabh Pant, the captain's been hit or miss at times. There have been times things have been spot on. There have been times, let's say, having Andrik Nokia bowl the penultimate over for 5 games, I think, was reason enough for him to be questioned as far as decision making is concerned. It calls for bigger criticism today because you had somebody like a Saurav Ganguly in the camp, and I beg to disagree if there was anyone who suggested that this decision to bat first wasn't taken in accordance with or without his consultation. Local knowledge, so much more intel he would have had than many other visiting teams. He knows the ground, he knows the pitch. Probably would know.
It is practically his ground.
It is practically. He is the prince of this ground even now. So on those counts, it doesn't make sense when a decision like this backfires. Takes me back. It is as bad a call, let's say, as the Indian team did on 19th of November last year. Knowing everything
All
was...
the Delhi team playing Sunny Gupta.
Mani Makil.
Yeah, Sunny Gupta. And there's so many more going for Venugopal Rao, as I so often recall.
10 crores?
10 crores.
So there's been enough blunders. Shardul Thakur, another blunder that Delhi did at the auction. So many that you can count, and you need more fingers for that. In fact, so that was one. That it's disappointing on tactical grounds. That's not something you expect from the minds that Delhi has in the backroom staff. It's just poor thinking. It's poor execution. All of that put together. The batters, I would still hold the batters more responsible here. I think had the batters done well, knowing very well that 170, 180 maybe would have been a competitive total for a good bowling attack. For Delhi, given their bowling attack, you always need about 10-15 runs extra. It's the same logic that I apply to an RCB or an SRH as well. Weak bowling attacks, well, the batting's got to step up. Today, the batting didn't step up. The bowling was just the bowling that you expect, wavered, and that's what it was at the start. Those 3 wickets in the power play was a good dream to have for a while, but you were only dreaming because Delhi have only done that on a couple of occasions. Did that to Gujarat, did that to Chennai. Can't think of a third team that Delhi with this bowling attack has done this to. So everything put together, a good recipe for a loss that Delhi cooked on its own.
What is a good recipe for a loss? It's a good headaches.
Good headaches.
It's a good recipe that you came up
to
have a bad stomach.
When the onions are burnt, the sauce is overcooked. And don't even get me started on the meat. It's all bad.
If you have put meat.
Yeah.
Could be paneer also. If you're vegetarian.
Whatever your protein, it's all gone bad.
Yeah. So it's a day to forget.
Okay, let's talk about brighter things in life. Clearly, Delhi hasn't given us too many bright things to talk about. Kolkata have. Shah Rukh Khan was in the house. He looked like a happy chappy. Kolkata lost that one game, back on the winning track. Now looking very good in the points table as well. But the standout feature, now they're second, by the way, 12 points, clear cut.
We were second even before, I think, no?
Yeah, but with now a second point. Now they've broken that 10-point
barrier,
middle order muddle.
And back to the positive 1 run rate as well, from positive 9 to positive 1.
So, did you like the idea of the good old Kolkata pitch?
I loved it.
Told you in the before the toss.
In fact, if KKR had known that the pitch was playing like this, then never mind Weber, we should have been playing Suyash. And I'm taking nothing away from Weber. We bowled exceptionally. But I imagine a Suyash on the pitch, the way Chakravarti was getting it to grip, the way Narayan was getting some of them to absolutely zip past the bats. Ooh, a wrist spinner on this would have been such a dream. In fact, then 150 also wouldn't have been reached.
That reminds me, Weber and this Shreyas Iyer look like twins, don't they?
In some weird ways, yes. Because they have the similar haircut, beard cut.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Weber and
Shreyas.
There's
a little bit of a difference with the hair, the beard.
Jawline. He'll put two images side by side.
Are you sure he'll put 2 images? What if Harshit tells him not to?
There's got to be a
just like Venki Mysore and Sanjeev Goenka.
It wasn't him.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah. Just like Sanjeev
Goenka and Venki Mysore.
Identical. They look almost same.
No.
Make Sanjeev Goenka's beard or his mustache black, and it's very similar.
Not even close. This is very close, provided he gets the right images. Side on, but the latest image. So you have to put the search engine in Google for the last 1 week or so, or side on images of their dadi and haircut.
Actually, you can get them on Instagram.
Or
the chance of that is much higher.
Getty.
No, he'll find
the latest photos will be on Getty.
But close
Getty will be action shots.
Today he picked up.
Anyway, that's another debate. Yes, let's talk about Kolkata Knight Riders second. Looking like a team to qualify for the top 4. All boxes taken. Now, what you're getting to know is that you can get a typical Eden Gardens IPL pitch that we used to see, but they've also got good batting tracks, so they could adjust depending on the opposition. But this is the last game.
Second last.
And only the home stretch is done.
No, it's not.
As of now. The five match long home stretch is done. We are going to Wankhede on 3rd of May. We'll then return to play.
You won't return. You'll play MI, then you'll play, if I'm not wrong, LSG, which is also away.
No,
then go back to Eden, play your last home game against MI again.
Yeah.
So the home run is not done per se. And personally, if you're up against an MI side, I'd love a pitch like this. They don't have good spinners. Their batters tend to struggle a little bit against slower bowling. It's a recipe for success. I would love this pitch again against MI. Please bring it on.
Against MI for sure.
It's amazing, what the curators have done here, because the same pitch not too long back when they played Rajasthan here, you saw about 40 runs odd being scored over
Punjab
here.
Kings?
It wasn't the same pitch. This is the same track as the Rajasthan match.
Correct.
So whatever they've done to the track, amazing.
The loss against Punjab opened their eyes and said, we are back to typical Eden Garden pitch. Let's play now.
I think they realized that they have enough batters to get the job done, but their bowlers weren't even feeding off scraps. They were not even feeding off anything. They were getting an empty plate. Like you were coming to the buffet expecting plenty, but you realized the batters ate everything. So the bowlers were just starving. So I think now they've realized that, listen, we're KKR. We have mystery spinners and spinners who tend to torment the opposition. Why don't we also bring them into the game? And even if you have a collapse, what did I tell you? It'll be the Iyers. They'll come there, step up, tap, comfortable as you like.
After the result today, I am calling it that two teams, which are Kolkata Knight Riders and
Rajasthan, is it?
Yes, top 4.
How many of us had KKR in the top 4?
Shockingly, I didn't.
No, he didn't.
Say Siddharth also
Siddharth did.
Siddharth did.
in the top 4?
Yeah.
Yes, Siddharth did. He was the only one of us who had him in the top 4.
I
And
did.
Saransh did, yeah.
Well, he's a fan, so it doesn't count.
And Shane?
Shane didn't.
But I was very, objective and said that, listen, their bowling didn't inspire that much confidence.
So they're overachieving right now.
Yes, for me they are because again, if your best bowlers, when you have a 24 crore Mitchell Starc, are Harshit Rana and Vaibhav Wadora, then you are definitely overachieving on the bowling front.
I'd pick them 5.
Yeah, even I thought 5-6 would be their ceiling where they are right now, and I think that's a fair assessment. They've overachieved.
Few things that we will talk about. We'll give it a short show since the match was also short. But a couple of players I know that a lot of you were looking very closely at because the team selection is just less than 24 hours away, slightly more than 12 hours away. Rinku Singh and Kuldeep. So Rinku Singh, I think today had a chance. He was sent up the order to have gotten some runs. He did not. I think it's an opportunity miss, but I don't think that in any way casts any doubt about his selection for the T20 World Cup team. I think that's pretty much done and dusted. And good thing what we're hearing is that selectors are not going to be swayed so much with just IPL form, and that's a good thing because that's something that we've been maintaining for a very long time. Don't have short memories. If you want to see what their thought process is, go back to the T20I series before the IPL started, and the best one to see is the Afghanistan series because that was a series where Virat and Rohit came back. So
Correct.
we'll give you an idea. But that's one. Kuldeep also I don't think should be any problem because we did two scenarios today. One, we did the poll of polls of 15 former cricketers picking the team, and Kuldeep had a 100% success rate. Everyone has picked Kuldeep in the team. We similarly had a Sports Today 15 today where we all voted,
100%.
and once again Kuldeep came with 100%. I don't think a game or two here and there will have any sort of impact. The other one in kind of contention is an Akshar Patel, and I think he had a decent outing with the ball today. In fact, dare I say that through this IPL he's been a better bowler than Ravi Jadeja, without doubt.
Absolutely.
In terms of his economy, in terms of his wicket taking ability, because I only took Jadeja's name because that's the slot that he'll be competing for. Batting, he's been a hit and a miss, some games good, some games not so, but I think you could say ditto for Ravi Jadeja as well. So they're pretty much even on that front, but bowling wise Akshar is slightly ahead, so it'll be interesting to see who they go with. Good chances, and as it has happened with our poll of polls of experts as well as ours, I think he's made it to both squads, right? So there's a good chance that Akshar also makes it alongside Ravindra Jadeja. That takes me to the selection question. How's everyone feeling now? 12 hours to go. It's not necessary that the team is announced tomorrow.
There's
a meeting.
My sources are telling me that
Your sources keep
but team will
changing.
be announced either on evening of 1st or on 2nd.
He won.
Yeah. Well,
second.
Let me.
One second. I have to stop listening to him.
No, let me.
Because his sources, just 1 hour. First he came few days ago. My sources are telling me it's going to be announced on 27, 28.
A meeting was.
No, that
meeting
doesn't.
happened on 27.
That Saturday meeting he was going with.
Don't topi pehnao. First he started that sources then he quickly did a U-turn to now, just a few hours ago, that team is going to be announced tomorrow.
No, I said first.
Yeah, but
It might get announced tomorrow because there is a meeting in Ahmedabad tomorrow. They are meeting tomorrow.
So, I know that, but you came and said, and now 2 hours later, his sources have changed. So, he is one guy who I will never trust. Do not trust.
First is the deadline to inform ICC about your squad. You might not go public with that squad. You will have to.
So that
inform.
we know what you knew.
So
if you don't watch sports today.
No, it might get announced on second as well. Second afternoon.
So that'll be
एक second.
So the different team can be announced on third also, fourth also, fifth. Yes, you can make as many changes.
Correct. It does not matter that the team is to be only told to the ICC. As we know, if he watched sports today, he would have learnt it earlier.
No, I know.
The thing is, he's only telling. He's telling us today that team is
they are
to
going
be,
public.
Team is to be told to the ICC, not to the public. Right? The public needs to know by 25th of May.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes public officially. But all teams, as has been the norm, that the day they submit it to the ICC, they let people know as well. There could be a day or two here and there, but typically they do it. That we all know. But your point of 27th to changing to first to
second.
No. 30th first. 21st was first.
27th.
Then few hours ago it was 30th tomorrow. Then now it is either first or it is second.
Second evening.
So do not believe it. He is a typical Indian journalist, like you see in newspapers, in digital media. They keep
sources in the know.
I just had a good chat with them and they said
your chats you said to me 2 hours ago you had a good chat that tomorrow they announced
now finally they said it's either first evening or second afternoon.
I don't blame you. Everyone does U-turn, so you are no different. It's okay. You're allowed to do it. Anyway, what are you looking forward to?
As far as the selection is concerned, I think I'm very curious.
Happening tomorrow, what is the gossip? Is it तो शाश्वत से some पे चढ़ा हुआ है
किसी का पे चढ़ा हुआ है
all done in it's as easy as how we picked our team today.
It's gonna be in complete contrast to what we had today. Ours lasted for what, 40 minutes I think.
So that means the team is going to be very different to the kind we picked.
No, the whole process is going to be in stark contrast.
No, but I'm just asking because
No, I think if the 15 that we zeroed in on, I think we're getting about 14 right.
Really? Yeah, I just saw your video just now. You did one video which you said that Jitesh might come in, this might come in. He just did a video.
14?
So I was part of that video.
One.
I'm wondering how. Yeah, that's what
I saw a video by you also which said that Sanju Samsung is coming in. So then I saw a video by him which says Sanju Samsung is not coming in.
So one change, na?
What's happening? What's actually happening?
It's one because the other wicket keeper is going to be there.
What about Bishnoi? People are saying that will come in.
It'll be a surprise.
So I'm asking you now. You guys are not telling me anything. You do videos and you tell me. Here you are.
No, I mean, see, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing who gets picked in the wicketkeeper slot because if it turns out that.
Who are the contenders? Are there any contenders or it's only Sanju Samsung?
Multiple contenders at this point from
right now. How many? Yes. How many?
There's, of course, Pant is there, but aside from that, you've got Sanju Samson.
Those are the only two.
Jitesh Sharma, Dhruv
Jitesh
Jurel.
is back into contention.
Somehow.
Dhruv Jurel is coming to contention.
Exactly.
So one comes at the back
of a twist. That's a twist and a half.
One comes like into contention at the back of a 50.
You have such important information you're not giving. And you're saying same 14 will come out.
So it accounts for just the one
just
change.
Now he's given such.
No, it doesn't mean that both get replaced. So who did we go with? We went with Pant and Samson.
Just now he giving.
Contender. So one thing's for sure. One thing we must all accept.
Where did Jitesh and what? I want.
That's what.
What is the logic?
One comes at the back of a Test 50 and an IPL 50. Just the two 50s that he has in about 4 months time, 3 months time. That's Dhruv Jurel. The other comes at the back of nothing. Because really Jitesh Sharma hasn't done anything. His numbers were dwindling for the last 3-4 months now, regardless of what jersey he's been wearing. But what is now being learnt is it's the role that he performs which comes with those risks, and the Indian team is now looking at somebody who has the appetite for such risk. They are looking for people who can bat in those crucial positions lower down the order, because it looks like
but Jitesh, that was Jitesh's role for the Indian team. That's what he had been doing. That's what he had been doing for his franchise. But suddenly everyone forgot about him.
People forgot about him because he still has about, I think, under 130, 140 runs in the 7-8 games that he's played so far. So that's why he was out of the conversation rather soon. And what happened simultaneously was that there were about 300 plus runs being scored respectively by Sanju Samson, Rishabh Pant. So it became easy for one to, wash away everything that he had done this whole while.
If what you're saying is true, which means that the selectors are not working on short-term memory. They're working on long-term memory. If they are to go with someone like a Jitesh, that means that they are looking at continuation from the last T20 where you left off.
Yes.
Rather than look at the IPL, which is interesting because we always set Australia as the benchmark. The latest is that McGurk may not make it to the Australian team, which means that they are not getting swayed by IPL form. They may still go with someone like a David Warner now. So is it something that the Indian team might do, because Jitesh was your regular first choice wicketkeeper batter before the IPL?
The incumbent, as we so often called him
here.
So
they are going to stick to him and not get swayed by IPL form. That's interesting, because if that's the case, then I don't think they're going to go for any of, because a lot of people are throwing just IPL performers name, whether it is a Sandeep Sharma or a Mayank Yadav, Natarajan, so many names coming here. But if they are indeed going with T20 performances before the IPL start, then there's not a lot of chances for those players who've just done well this IPL season to come back, and then they may go. It's just very interesting.
So by that,
unlucky for Sanju Samson, I'd say.
And by that logic, Pant also doesn't include in this squad.
No, but Pant was slightly different because he got injured, right?
No, if
he didn't play for 14 months.
But even before that, his T20 form was very underwhelming. So it's pick and choose, different strokes for different folks. Because if you really wanted to stick with continuity, Sanju should never have been in this, right? Because by the continuity, or rather, Pant should not have been in this, right?
Exactly.
Because
Sanju
was as a backup wicketkeeper.
Correct.
Yes.
So that's why.
But that's when Pant wasn't available.
Yeah, but Pant, even if he was available, 125 strike rate in 60 games, I'm not getting swayed by that.
I'll be honest. Let's say Pant hadn't met with that action. Even if you were playing Jitesh as your first choice, there's a good chance Pant would have been backup. Because to go to a Sanju, as you've seen, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, they've been so reluctant that they wouldn't have gone with him as a backup wicket. By the way, they only went to a Sanju as a backup wicket keeper batter option because Ishan had been given that punishment.
Yeah.
Had he not been given, probably that chance
Sanju was nowhere.
Which is why I'm saying, had Pant been around, there's a good chance he would have been in the squad in your last T20. Whether he was playing or not is another debate. But probably he was second. In which case, if you were to pick the team today, even though his numbers wouldn't have been great, and if you wanted continuation, you may have gone, okay, I'll go Pant and Jitesh. Possible. If you're following this template, that I'm not looking at IPL.
But they cannot have double standards. In case of Kuldeep Yadav and Rinku Singh, they go with the continuity then means where they left off in the against.
But they have performances also, no?
So poor fellow in Sanju Samson, what has he done wrong?
No, nothing wrong. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying nothing. I am saying if they have decided to not look at IPL so much and look at who was part of the team and continue, in that scenario, today Jitesh would have been ahead of Sanju, right? If you're not looking at IPL. But then I would want them to maintain for everyone.
Others.
Yeah,
so they are.
Which they are. Exactly my point.
Because Siraj,
correct.
Look at Siraj, for example.
In that case,
Samson was there.
Yeah, but as a backup, na baba.
So what I'm trying to say is now Jitesh and Samson goes backup.
No. But see, that's why I try to say it's slightly different in this scenario because Pant was injured. As I just explained, he was injured. Had he not been injured, hypothetical scenario, as I just pointed out, there's a good chance.
So it was Jitesh Pant. You're saying Jitesh Pant.
Yes, it would have been. They wouldn't have picked, which is unfair.
Yeah.
But if they were to follow that path, that forget IPL and only pick bases on who we were sticking with earlier, we're going to continue. And in which case, let's say they go with Jitesh, okay, and then they go with the Siraj, and then they go with the Bishnoi.
Because previous.
Yeah, because he was there previously.
He was there.
Then you would have to commend them whether we like it or not. And I think all of us will be critical because we've gone by form. But then the only thing that I would appreciate the selectors for is that they didn't care about the IPL. They said no, we'll follow the players that we backed an year before that for a good year, and we'll stick to them. Doesn't matter 10 bad games of IPL.
So there are people out there who would be like, okay,
That'd
wish
be
they had
incredible.
applied this logic.
That'd be incredible if
Wish
that-
they had applied this logic
So
to everything that happened prior to the Afghanistan series.
So by that,
Yeah.
by that
But
time,
if I tell you honestly, if you go, and because we discuss the 15 so often, go before the IPL, during the Afghanistan series, I'm sure we had 15 discussions.
Yeah, we did.
Discussion of the 15. You pick our 15. It'll be quite similar to the 15 if the selectors are to pick a 15, keeping long-term vision and not IPL form, it'll be very similar to that. Ours also.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because we are also considering IPL form, and there's nothing right or wrong about it. Maybe we are right, somebody else is wrong, maybe somebody else is right. It's just a philosophy, right? But all I would want in that philosophy to be consistent. If you're doing it for one, to do it for another, you can't say, no, for him we'll see long term, no problem. But for some people you'll have an exception, and I say that, is like your certified greats of the game. All those kind. But rest, I guess you have to.
Are we looking at a similar squad as of an Afghanistan series for the T20 World Cup? Because for the first time now, if selectors are going by that logic, they'll not be considering.
Show us the squad for the T20 series of Afghanistan. Before you show us that quick, diversion from our discussion, because that is something that I'd asked for Pele. You said they don't look alike. So here it is, Shreyas Iyer and Vaibhav Arora.
There's a striking similarity.
Come on, they look so.
No, not so striking.
No, that's a striking.
See, I tell you, one second. They're firstly complexion kind of same, right? Haircut the same, beard the same. The noses, see the noses. The sharp noses are similar, just like that.
A longer one.
I mean, obviously they're not twins.
Yeah.
I'm just saying resemblance, yeah. Like when I compared him to who's that?
Achinta
Achinta, right?
Hostel invader.
Hostel invader.
He was kicked out for that reason.
Achinta Shuli.
It's not going to be that they were twins, no?
Yeah.
There was some
40%.
no,
40.
more.
Still, I think the closest
I think this is
that we've
60%.
come
Let's
to.
show it to
I think Preetham and Shane.
Preetham and Shane.
Preetham and Shane.
That's uncanny.
Preetham
a big
and Shane look
difference.
very much alike, and I think Vaibhav Arora and Shreyas Iyer also. Anyway, family members, subscribers will also tell us.
We can-
Okay,
There's
coming back to the
A poll on this.
A poll on this.
They've seen the image.
We'll put it in the comment section. A
Yeah.
poll later, na? Not in the live chat. You can put it in a comment.
Can we look at
You
the
could.
T20 squad
Yeah.
against Afghanistan?
After the stream's
I'll
done.
read it from my.
After the,
After the stream's done.
I think I'm sure, because in the comment, if you're the author,
Uh-huh.
it may allow you to put a
Okay.
poll. But it'll be a, experiment for us as well. But I remember the team. It was, I tell you, see here it is. It was Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Virat Kohli, Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, Jitesh Sharma, Sanju Samson, Shivam Dubey, Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, Ravi Bishnoi, Kuldeep Yadav, Arshdeep, Avesh, Mukesh. Now, the one person that was not there is Jasprit Bumrah, so he'll come in. But also you got to see how many
Hardik.
members.
Hardik
comes back, but how many members? This is more than 15.
Yeah, because obviously it's a bilateral series, this thing, so they could keep, and it was a home series, so they could keep as many players as they
Some will be
wanted.
eliminated anyway. That will have to happen. That's the thing.
But
Pant, you're going to look at it differently because he's coming from an injury. Whether it's a right call or not, it's another
So
thing.
the 16-man squad.
Then Dubey plays in the 11 by this logic.
No. That's,
But he
I'm
can't
not
now.
getting into 11. There was different debate, 1 hour.
But now
15, I'm saying.
minimum hour. More than an hour.
More than an hour. 11 will be once the 15 is announced. So,
Washington
Tomorrow,
Sundar.
if the team's not announced, I think we should be here. Do that. Just no post-match tomorrow.
no, also because Ravindra Jadeja wasn't available for this series. So, Sundar goes out, he comes in. Those are the ones that were not available.
Mukesh goes out, Jasprit Bumrah returns.
Correct. And as I can see, there is no Virat Kohli because it's for the first game, right?
He's there. He pulled out at the last minute, personal reasons.
For first game. Then he came back for the second and third. So if they do follow, then it has to be
What happens
consistent.
to Tilak?
Tilak, as I said that now with Hardik coming back and all that is going to happen. Hardik also wasn't available, was unfit. So you'll have to make space. Anyway, you have 16. One anyway has to come out.
Plus, middle order really is one place where India has stacked. So Tilak kind of misses out there toward Dubey. Because again, different kind of players.
Though they had Dubey and Rinku both.
And Tilak, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
But Dubey right now.
And Surya comes back.
Dubey is a player of the series for 3 consecutive half centuries.
And then Surya also comes back. So for that you'll have to make space, which is where some of them will go out. But if you do...
Interesting, very interesting it
yeah.
will be. Yeah.
But see, again, I'm not saying that one is a right way or the wrong way, because I think the jury is out on that. And I kind of agree that if you go without looking at IPL form is also a philosophy. If you go looking at the IPL form is also a philosophy.
But what if you're doing both?
No, but you cannot. No, then the issue starts happening.
Which will
because
happen?
For some,
I'm telling you it will happen.
So no, but we don't know what they are following.
I'm saying I have a feeling.
See, I'll give you an example. We picked the team looking at IPL form, didn't we?
Yeah.
When we made our 15. Pretty much looking at IPL form.
But
Now, we know you allowed the legends to have an exception. Pretty much looking at IPL form we picked.
I'd say I extended that to Jitesh as well, because
No, but I'm saying our team, Harshit,
the overall.
Our team was
Yes.
looking at IPL form.
Yes.
Right. So that's the philosophy. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, and I'm sure anyone who is of the same thought process and short-term memory would have picked a similar 15, give or take a few, right? But if you do go with the other philosophy, which I think has less takers at the moment, which is I don't care what's happening in the IPL. I am looking at consistency of the team that I thought will be my team. And if you remember when the Afghanistan team was announced, at that time we had reported that that is the team that is going for the World Cup. I mean, that is the crux of the team.
Seniors are back.
So they have gone. And IPL, in though at that time we didn't even know how many IPL games. Some were speculating maybe 5 ही होंगे. How will you pick up? 6 होंगे, 7 होंगे. How will you decide? So this is pretty much the team. 6-7 games, do well, do bad. You don't know, right? It's just that sometime when you're in that whole process, when you're seeing games so closely as we are every day, analyzing, then we get swayed by immediate performance. Maybe the selectors, and that will be incredible if they do it. They say it doesn't matter, like a lot of other foreign teams do, by the way. It doesn't matter what's happening here. If a McCurk doesn't go, if Will Jacks, will he go?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Will Jacks? Will Jacks.
I'm just
top order batter.
We don't know. We don't know if if there are going to be other teams that will not look at that. Hypothetically, let's say Butler has had an inning or two, but assuming he did not have some good innings and had a poor IPL. In fact, he had a poor IPL last time around.
Correct, 23.
But they're going with it, right? So if you look at some other teams, they're not looking at IPL.
But
they're saying we're going with that.
Butler's a bit of an exception because he's the captain.
But
Sam
debate.
Phil Salt plays.
Sam Curran.
Phil Salt, to be fair, has also been good for England. Actually, yeah. But IPL aside, he didn't have a good IPL last year with Delhi, but was doing very well for England.
No, will this be about two-edged sword? Because now it will be unfair on some players if we go by the current IPL form. It will be unfair if we go by the last T20I series form. So, what Chahal has done wrong? If this IPL was a parameter, you picked a DK.
No, but I'm saying maybe it's not a parameter, no?
No, you play in 2022. You picked a DK solely based on the IPL form he played.
But maybe that's the thing that they're trying to change, and which is why I will appreciate it if they walk the talk. Because there are certain things that have changed in Indian cricket. As I said, nobody would have thought that this talk used to happen. Give importance to domestic cricket. Give. Nobody did anything. But they took this selection committee. Took that step, saying nothing doing. No. And they did it. If they are to do this and say that previously we were not winning T20 World Cups because we were getting so swayed by T20 IPL form, and that's why we were goofing up, let's say picking a DK or other players last moment and that. So we're not going to do it. Who we believed in overall, we're going to go with that. It's a philosophy. You may agree, disagree, but I will appreciate it if they apply it to everyone. And I'll be like, hats off. You've taken a call. See, again, nobody can predict whether you've taken a call will work or not. But the fact that you've taken a brave call, I'll appreciate you for that. Because this is something that was not happening before.
True. But then
we used to see 4, 5, 6 matches.
Chahal doesn't play. Sanju Samson might miss out if you were to include Rishabh Pant coming back from. Yeah. But I still think what Harshit said was right.
See,
in some cases it will happen.
Nothing.
In some cases,
then
it will be a
then
mix-up.
it will invite criticism. But I'll tell you, if this was to happen, that you're not looking at IPL form going over, then I think it also justifies the return of a Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Because if you extended that courtesy to them as well,
It's
that overall we are looking at.
One can say this is where it began.
But then that's good, no? Then everyone gets that benefit. Rather than for them, we will know, no, you are our top guys, you stick. Everyone else, show me in the IPL. 6 games you have. If you can't do it, out. But you're saying no?
I'll be the happiest person, and that's not because I picked Jitesh, but because it speaks so much of the process. Then
Yeah.
the word that
Yeah.
goes around in Indian
It will be
cricketing
a brave
circle,
call.
it will be a brave call. It will call for a lot of debate. There will be people who will be like, okay, you have this cash-rich league, you got $1 million bucks league that you put together, 17 seasons, this and that. If it's not being, made use of as a feeder system, why is this for? What is this doing? All of those questions. Then the chief selector will have to be out there guarding his co-selectors and then giving a fitting answer as well when that question comes up.
But whatever we've seen so far does give you an indication that I don't think this selection committee would be afraid of taking that call.
So press conferences are back.
No, I just
not
these
that.
brave calls, like no means no.
Yeah.
That sort of a call.
No means no was said to Ishan Kishan, Shreyas Iyer
exactly.
very recently.
Stripped out of the contracts. But
it
then
was,
my question is, who plays first, Jitesh or Pant?
Then if you go by that logic, then Jitesh.
Jitesh should play.
If that logic, but
I
I
don't
just
see
said
it happening.
it's not. That's another matter. That's another matter because it's
What
a
do you
very
say, sorry?
brave call.
I said I don't see it happening. There's no way. I will be shocked if Jitesh even makes the squad despite what is being said, because recency bias unfortunately does come into play. It does.
But if it does not, then
If it does not, then I'm pleased. Then it's good. It's a step in the right direction.
You'll doff your hat off to the selector saying because see, I'll tell you, if I'm just trying to think, if I'm the selector, for me the easy job is if I go with recency, whatever is doing well, I have a better chance of evading criticism. Because most people will agree. Because it's the 15 that we've picked, truth be told, is the one that will invite the least amount of criticism. Most people would agree with it.
Correct.
But if I was to go pick a 15 based on my last T20 series, not looking at IPL form at all, and that 15 that we talk about, then I'm opening myself up for a lot of criticism.
But that is
And that's a gutsy
more or
call.
less same. 10 players of that Afghanistan series same. Shivam Dubey was picked. He performed then. He is
10 तो
performing
हमेशा
now.
ही सेम होते हैं, वो 5 की तो लड़ाई होती है.
अब उसमें
5 से ही तो
विकेट कीपर वो जितेश शर्मा,
यार, I
तिलक
just give an
वर्मा.
example. If no, Tilak may be tough because Sky and all are coming back. No, not that. But let's say if a Jitesh comes, if you're following that philosophy, a Bishnoi comes.
Bishnoi comes ahead of a Chahal, who is a purple cap holder.
Following the last philosophy, that will be to an extent even keeping a Yashashvi, who's not had a great
Gill?
IPL. No, but Gill then again goes out, no, because of the number of players coming in. But I'm saying overall, if you were
I
to
think
do
it
that,
will be a mix and match.
Thinking of Ajit Agarkar will also be doing what we saw in MS Dhoni, the untold story. कुछ ऐसे भी नाम है जो सामने आए थे.
उनके जिन पे बात हुई थी लेकिन वो उसमें दीपदास गुप्ता का नाम भी था.
Yeah,
उसने कहा दीप विकेट कीपर.
Dinesh Karthik I think was also there. So yeah.
Anyway, let's take a few questions. Shankar says, Lisa Stalekar made a great point. Australia does not give out World Cup caps just like that and realizes IPL is different from World Cup. So likely
Jake Fraser.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's a philosophy that they follow. It's tough to follow in India. If you do that, saying I'm not looking at IPL, I'm picking your.
But
this might happen.
This
might very well happen.
That'll be
Because
incredible.
in 21 we played a Venkatesh Iyer based on IPL form. 22 we played a Dinesh Karthik based on IPL form. But if this time, but it will also face some criticism. I'm telling you, people will say you're not picking recent form like it.
Not some, I'm saying you'll face more criticism if you do this.
Yeah.
That you're not
It's
playing
a-
the form player.
Yeah, it's a tough.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. But if they still do it, hats off.
People are salivating over a Mayank Yadav who's had 2 games and who's been injured ever since.
Yeah.
Recency bias is a real thing among fans. Let's be honest.
They want a Sandeep Sharma to return.
And return is actually return because he last played in
But
ODI in
Ryan-
2015.
DK also.
Mohit Sharma, there were talks about Mohit Sharma as well.
Last year, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
So Mohinder Amarnath once.
You've missed the top one.
Rakesh Bhushan is saying if we go by Sports Today 15 only, Yashasvi, Rinku, Dubey,
Sanju Samson.
Sanju Samson and
Ravindra Jadeja
will be playing in playoffs based on current points table. 10 players are not playing in playoffs. we are carrying more players with no momentum going into a market tournament.
I think momentum can be a little overrated. Warner was in terrible form going into 2021 and then played a starring role towards Australia winning that
What was
World Cup.
Matthew Wade doing the whole tournament?
Nothing. He wasn't even picked by anyone, if I'm not mistaken.
Australian colours are very different from.
You wait and watch how Mitchell Stark performs in yellow. No? Wait and watch.
There he'll actually look like a 24.
And this Trevor said will pick up where he left off and he'll smash the bowlers.
At least head, to be fair, you can't really take away much from his performances. Can't say the
Here
same.
also is good.
Yeah, here also he's been good.
I'm telling you, he will left in the ODI World Cup final. Now
And
IPL,
he'll pick up
T20
here.
World Cup here.
Okay, Rakesh Bhushan says, Mohinder Ramanathan once termed selectors as a bunch of jokers. Nikhil, please stick your neck out and tell us, since you are the senior most, did this tag still hold good, or you could see some spine in these bunch of jokers? No, in fact, I just answered that question. I think the current bunch of selection committee, they've taken some very bold calls. It is unprecedented, hasn't happened in Indian cricket for a very long time. I used to also keep hearing these things, but I knew nobody is going to ever implement it. It was implemented incredible, and I will actually have more respect for them, even though I haven't picked, because I've fallen for the recency bias and I'm guilty of that, and so is Shane and Harshit and all of us. But if they were to stick their neck out and say, no boss, we're not looking at IPL, we're just going with the team that we backed, doesn't matter their form. We trust them on a big occasion like a World Cup, which is different from an IPL, which is how Australia sees. They also want to follow it. Good on them. I'll at least salute them for being brave. What happens at the end, though, we don't know, because we've gone with recency bias, not done well in T20.
I think whatever happens in the end, I think it'll be a miracle if we can win the World Cup this time around, because again, I don't see whatever squad you're picking. You could pick the youngster squad, you could pick the one with the seniors back, you could pick a mix of both. I don't see you being contenders that level. You're behind the curve a little in T20s, and that's okay. You've at least acknowledged you have that problem, tried to rectify it with varying degrees of success. But then in that sense, it does break my heart just a little that you're not going the fearless route. You weren't winning it anyway.
I think this was the last time they are trying this.
The last time should have been last time after losing by
The whole last should have been the last.
Because this whole lot of bunch will not be there for T2026.
But
we said this in 22 also.
Then, by the way, this makes the selectors spineless then.
No.
If you're waiting for their career to come to an end by natural course and not taking the bold decision to drop them, then you're not doing the job.
It's just about the time period. In last 4 years, 3 World Cup happened. So 21, 22, the back-to-back happened. So
Back-to-back,
I think 2024 is the last. And from 2026, immediately after this World Cup, no matter what happens,
I think it could have been done in 22, but
it's actually greater reason, because if BCCI had to look at it, those are 3 opportunities lost.
21 you were never going to do it. Okay, neither 22, because whatever else said and done, you had changed captains. Okay, 1 year difference, you had changed captains, you were going to give that same team. And on paper, most of us agreed that was fine. What really opened everyone's eyes, another 10-wicket loss, this time in a semi-final. Not even a group stage game where you scored under par, it was a semi-final, a game that you need to be going all out to win, because listen, you lose that game and you're out. India could have bounced back from the loss against Pakistan if they had just won against New Zealand. Doesn't matter how you win it by 1 run with you getting a last ball run out or whatever, don't care. But if they won that, they had easy peasy teams in the rest of the group. You won against those teams, but by that point your tournament was over. But it's different in a knockout. In a knockout, you have to be going with an all-out approach. Listen, boss, I'm going to play my best cricket, because only if I play my best cricket do I give myself the best chance of winning. You played with fear. You played with so much fear that you were under par by a significant degree, and Alex Hales and Josh Buttler didn't make a sweat when it came to breaking your back, because you didn't have enough to compete. So I think they've gone a step back. Either way, even if they had not gone a step back, it wouldn't matter, because you weren't winning it this year. It'll be a big effort if it takes to win, and I'll happily eat my words in that case, because it'll mean a streak of I don't know how many years at this point, 11 plus years coming to an end. But that's the way the cookie crumbles now, I guess.
Okay, lots of questions. I want to quickly take some of them. Pavan Sonavane says, I think whatever team selectors and BCCI decide on, let's support them and cheer for Team India. Let's send lots of positive energy and positive spirit for the team and hope India win the World Cup. That's
agreed.
Something that we always do. But that doesn't take away from the fact that we also analyze and look at squads critically, which we will do. Once the team is picked, we always do. We cover from the ground. We cover, crowd reactions, everything, analysis. It's all backing the team. Madan has picked his team. He's gone with Rohit, Yashasvi, VK, Sky, Sanju, Dubey, Hardik, Akshar, Kuldeep, Bumrah, Siraj / Arshdeep should be the 11. For now, Dubey gets the edge ahead of Rinku, he feels. Okay. Harish Maddisetti is saying, can we have a comparison of 22, 23, 24 squads and then see what change? Of course, we'll do it.
It's an interesting
Once the
video.
squad is announced, we will, of course, look at that.
22, 24. 23 was an ODI World Cup. So
Actually, 21,
He means
21,
21,
22
2
and 24. Yeah, we'll do it.
Piyush Nandra has picked his team as well. He says Rohit, Yashasvi, VK, Sky, Pant, Hardik, Jaddu, Kuldeep, Bumrah, Siraj, Arshdeep and reserves Sanju, Akshar, Rinku, Avesh / Dubey. Dubey only if Hardik guarantees 4 over, else Avesh.
Actually,
I
Piyush,
bet this is 95%.
that's a
accurate.
good squad.
We will remember, we always do, of the squad that he picks, and we'll compare that. Mangesh Gaikwad says, I will be in Wankhede watching MI KKR. Hopefully, I will get a good match with fair pitch for bowlers as well.
Yeah, because even the Mumbai Wankhede ground has been terrible for bowlers.
Yeah.
It's seen a lot of high scoring games, and bowlers more often than not look like whatever you do, doesn't matter. The ballers will hit through the line.
Good luck to you, Mangesh. Enjoy the game. Have a good time. And after the game is done, from the ground only,
Join us.
yeah, join us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. On that note, anything else anybody wants to say? Or forever hold your fire?
Just waiting for the squad announcement.
Now,
I'm pretty. A lot of things to look forward to, because
That's okay.
What we discussed, I just want to see have the selectors really changed. And I think if they have, the factor will be a 2023 World Cup final loss. A lot of things are going to change, as you said, rise of domestic cricket, stripping off Shreyas Iyer, Ishan Kishan of the central contracts. If they're really walking the talk, then a lot of.
Listen, I'm prepared for disappointment. Whatever squad comes, I'm just happy KKR won tonight. I'm keeping my tunnel vision there. IPL for now, World Cup baad mein. For now, second points, yes, second place, yes.
Fair point. Anything? Delhi Capital after the capital punishment tonight.
Capital punishment I get when I support India also.
That's true. And
It's
United.
the final.
Tough.
United are also in the final.
Okay, lots of videos on the team selection, by the way. Do check out all our exclusive
25th.
content on the team selection, all up on Sports Today. If you missed out during the day, some interesting analysis, data, everything we found out, check that out. For the moment, from all of us here at Sports Today, good night, Vanakkam, Nandri,
Shubhratri, Shubha Khair.
Namaste.
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 Anything else?
Eat your vegetables.
Don't trouble your
mother.
Don't let your mother trouble you.
Come on.
You who troubles the mother. Mothers don't trouble.
Don't let your mother trouble you.